Driver, do you realise what the speed limit along here is?
G'day, Mags. What do you reckon?
I think you're lucky I didn't give you a ticket.
Well, the speedo must have been faulty.
Oh, that's what they all say.
Come on, admit it. She's beautiful.
Oh, well, you know.
Admit it.
Yeah, all right, I admit it, but you still can't afford it.
Don't ask me, mate.
Morning, Senior.
Hey, you, I thought you were still on leave.
No, I just pulled on the uniform last week for the medal presentation. Not back for a couple of days.
Good eye.
And how's your handicap coming along, sir?
Sorry?
Your golf handicap, Inspector Faulkner.
I never played the game in my life.
What do you reckon we're talking, Mags? 40, 50 grand?
Oh, and the rest.
Oh, not where I'm getting it from.
You know, you could put a deposit on. You could actually buy a house in Mount Thomas for that.
Yes, that's if you want to live in Mount Thomas, Mags.
Well, you got a better option?
Well, let's just say I'm working on it.
Hey, dudes, pension day.
Hey.
Oh, I know. The payoff is added a few extra zeros.
Give us, thanks, Adam.
No problem.
Oh, okay, out with it.
All right, come here. Now, this is strictly on the QT, OK?
Yeah, come on.
Now, you remember our old mate, Bridget Ryan?
From Homicide, yeah.
Yeah, well, she's heading up a task force out of St Kilda Road.
Sounds glamorous. What are they doing?
Well, there's been a sudden influx of gold from the Middle East, and because of my Lebanese background, guess who's been given the nod?
So you'll be leaving us then?
Well, it's not final yet, but yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, onwards and upwards.
Like I always say, Mags, the best thing out of Mount Thomas is the road to Melbourne.
Well, PJ, if that's what you want, I certainly hope that you get it.
Problems? Not that I'm aware.
Oh, and what do you call the allegations of sexual harassment against young Patterson?
Well, there were allegations, but they turned out to be totally false.
And they still have to be investigated.
Well, of course.
Don't get me wrong, Tom, I've got nothing against ambitious women. But there are ways and there are ways of doing things. How do you feel Monica handled the case?
The way she usually handles things. By the book.
My point exactly. You and I both know there's more to being a good copper than just doing things by the book.
If you're asking me for an assessment of Monica Draper,
No, nothing of the sort. I'm just sharing a few thoughts with someone I've grown to feel I can rely on. I can rely on you, Tom, can't I?
Of course you can. It's just that Monica happens to be my direct superior.
Oh, I'm not asking you to break the chain of command. It's just that, well, I happen to think you and I make a damn good team. I hope it'll continue.
I don't see any reason why it shouldn't.
Good. Then any problems, you come direct to me.
Thank God it's payday, huh?
Oh. Mags, about leaving. Well, you know I'm gonna miss my mates, don't you?
Oh, you've got to do what you've got to do. I understand that. You're a pen.
Yeah.
This new job must be coming with a bit of a promotion.
No.
A nice fat CIB allowance.
No, same as I want to get at the moment.
Heaps of overtime?
No overtime.
Well, I don't get it. How can you afford to buy Porsche?
Everybody down! Sit down! Now! Sit down on the ground! Come on! Hurry up!
Hello, Mount Thomas Police. Constable Cooper speaking.
Officially back in, huh?
Quick, hurry up! Come on in the bag!
No, not till the day after tomorrow.
You, out the safe! Hurry up! I haven't got all day!
Boss, D24, stick up at the Vic Bank.
All right, Nick, Wayne, on your way. Cooper, let them know we're responding.
Maggie and PJ just went down there.
I haven't got all day, damn it! Move it! Quick, get around here! Come on, you old goose! Hurry up! Come on now! Stick that there! Quick! Come here!
Get out.
Don't move! Stay here.
Oh, sorry. Are you all right? Just call the station. There's one offender. He turned right at the end of the laneway. PJ's gone after him. Be careful, he's got a shotgun. Mount Thomas 308 to VKC. One male offender, approximately 180 centimetres, slim build, wearing faded denim jeans, a navy and red parka, a dark-coloured balaclava. No further description.
Sound like anybody we know locally, Tom?
What about the dog squad and the air wing? They're on their way, I assume.
D24's got them coming. Hello, Monica.
Get an ETA on that.
Yeah, right.
Monica?
Ted, you're looking relaxed.
Yes, well, I'm just tying up a few loose ends before starting back officially. I've heard good things about you.
Well, I think everything's under control.
Good.
Man Thomas 308 to VKC. Senior Detective Hasham has returned. He reports losing the offender on the corner of Little and Vine Streets.
Right, let's get the area cordoned off. Tom, how long for backup?
I don't know about you, but she's already got my backup.
Mr. Finch, did you happen to notice anything else? Distinguishing marks, mannerisms, anything like that?
You saw yourself he was wearing a balaclava.
We never know. Sometimes people remember these things suddenly. If anything occurs to you...
Yeah, I'll let you know.
What about the money? Would you be able to give me a rough estimate on how much was taken?
Around the 30,000 mark.
Seems a lot for a branch this size.
Pension day. Tellers always carry more cash.
Please stop! Stop or I'll shoot! Drop the gun! Drop it! Drop the gun!
Henry Wheeler, boss. We found him in Mrs. Rosen's backyard.
I was waiting for the garage sale.
Hey, just gonna step up a few bargains with this, were you, mate?
Where's PJ?
He's still with Maggie. They're finishing up at the bank. They'll be coming back together.
Wait a minute. You mean that detective?
That's right, Senior Detective Hasham. You two have got a lot to talk about.
Forget it. No way. I'm not saying nothing to him.
Patterson, show Mr. Wheeler into the interview room.
I'm not talking to Hasham.
Just a minute, Constable. Mr. Wheeler, are you telling us you've got a problem with Senior Detective Hasham?
You bet I got a problem. I want to speak to someone in charge.
That'll be me.
No, I meant in charge of the police station, not the friggin' golf club.
I am the district duty officer, sir.
Then see to it, Monica.
Mr. Wheeler, is the shotgun being shown to you by Senior Constable Schultz yours?
Yeah, it is.
Do you agree the barrels have been shortened?
Yeah, I hacksawed them off. Leaves it round the house. It's better for shooting rats and stuff.
What if I said that you shortened it for the purpose of using it in the commission of armed robberies?
You can say whatever you like.
You told us before that you weren't prepared to speak to Senior Detective Hasham about this matter. Is that still the case?
Bloody oath.
Mind telling me why?
Depends on what you're going to do with it.
Well, now, that depends on your information.
Yeah, but you coppers stick together, don't you? You just look after one another.
I assure you, Mr. Wheeler, I'm not the slightest bit interested in looking after Senior Detective Hasham.
There you go, boss. Everything you ever wanted to know about Henry Robert Wheeler.
And a lot you didn't. Have a look at that.
Currently on bail. You'd think he'd give it away, wouldn't you?
Pull together the stables, I'll interview Wheeler.
Right.
Where is he, mate? Interview room?
Yeah, but I wouldn't go in there.
PJ, Monica's already started the interview.
She's what?
PJ.
Your word, please, Acting Inspector.
I've plenty to say to you after I finish my interview.
Yeah, please.
Interview suspended at 11:23 a.m. for consultation with Senior Detective Hasham.
I know what you're playing at, Ms. Draper, but I run CI around here.
Maybe not for much longer.
What's that supposed to mean?
Care to repeat what you just told me, Mr. Wheeler?
Sure. Don't you remember, Detective?
Remember what?
Well, you know, like, I give you the money and you let me go. So now I'm sitting here. So I guess our deal's off.
Senior Detective Hasham. Chief Inspector Colin Fraser, Maternal Security Unit. I'm here to investigate allegations concerning your conduct relating to an armed hold-up this morning at the Vic Bank in Mount Thomas.
I'll cooperate fully with the inquiry, sir. I have nothing to hide.
I was to have been met here by a colleague, but it appears he's been delayed. We can either wait for him or we can carry on.
Let's get on with it. It's all crap anyway.
As you wish. You're the senior officer here, I take it?
Yes, sir.
Any problems with Acting Inspector Draper assisting me?
Not at all, sir. I'll enjoy being there.
Yes, well, we'll see the offender, Wheeler.
Bring him in from the cells, please, Nick.
This is the interview room?
Yes, sir.
Listen, I know you two aren't exactly best friends.
It's putting it mildly.
What's all the aggro about?
We're in the regional gaming squad together.
The one that was disbanded.
Yeah. When it hit the fan, Monica lagged 6 coppers. 3 went to jail, 1 was dismissed.
They must have been crooks to have gone down, PJ.
A few maybe, boss, a few. Didn't stop the rest of us getting stuffed, though. How do you think I ended up here?
What about Monica?
Monica, well, she got a promotion and joined the Toad Cutters, didn't she?
Happens in the best of families, PJ, believe me.
Look, we've got Wayne and Adam out searching for the money. Maybe they'll find it.
Yes.
They'll find it, won't you? Stick
I'll
that
have
right
it.
up her.
Bridget Ryan for you, PJ.
Take it in my office.
Putting you through.
Yeah, yes, look, I understand this, but I'm telling you right here and now that those charges... I said those charges are completely false. Do you understand me? Yeah, right. Whew. Here goes a new job.
Oh, come on, you haven't even had a chance to make a statement yet.
No, Mags, the task force must be beyond reproach. It's Draper, you know.
It's not fair, is it?
No, fair doesn't come into it. And one of the blokes got lagged was a boyfriend. You know what I mean? Her boyfriend. Imagine there you are in bed doing the business and she's getting ready to stick the knife in.
PJ, this Wheeler thing's not going to go anywhere. She won't get you this time.
Max, she already has. I saw the offender running down the laneway. I pursued him on foot.
How far was the offender from you at this point?
About 30 metres.
And when did you lose sight of the offender?
I lost sight of him at the intersection of Little and Vine Streets. When I got there, he had disappeared.
Yes, sir.
Senior Detective Hashem.
Acting Inspector Draper.
Did you have any conversation with the offender during the pursuit?
You mean like hand over the money and I'll let you go? No, I did not.
Were you armed at the time?
No, I wasn't.
Very brave of you. Unarmed officer chasing a bandit with a shotgun.
If he was going to shoot me, Sergeant, he would have done so at the bank. I went after him on instinct.
Have a lot of instincts, do you, Detective?
Oh, yeah.
Long memory, too.
I don't forget people who shaft me, Sergeant.
That squad reeked.
I was clean.
Then why didn't you come forward? You must have known.
Why did you tell it to your ex-boyfriend?
I didn't shaft anyone
what the hell is he doing
who didn't
now?
deserve
Selling
it.
insurance or what?
Just keep to the point, shall we?
Sorry, sir.
Nothing out there, PJ. The area was clean.
Yeah, sorry, mate. No bags of money lying in the street either.
No, it was a long shot.
Well, maybe some honest citizen will turn it in. You never know.
Yeah, when the chief inspector in there starts cracking jokes, eh?
You're next, Maggie.
Lucky last, PJ. Won't be long now.
Where'd you go?
Oh, you'd have been proud of me, mate. They torched me.
Well, well, well. The more things change.
What do you want?
Hello, mate. Tom? Still enjoying too much of Chris's hospitality, I see?
You got business here, Grantham?
In fact, I do. I'm here representing the Vic Bank.
Representing them?
That's right. I'm in the private security business these days.
Ah, and the bank's one of your clients. That'd be right.
Oh, it's all thanks to you, PJ. I couldn't have done it without your career guidance.
What do you want?
I understand you made an arrest today in conjunction with the hold-up. I just need the information. I'll be out of your hair.
It's a bit rich, isn't it? One of your clients gets knocked over and you come to us for help.
You have a problem, Tom?
You want information? Write to the Chief Commissioner.
Please yourself.
Well, thanks for dropping in. Now that we've made the connection, we must stay in touch.
Throwing stones, mate. Interesting pastime for a man in your position. Oh, and, by the way, tell Maggie Doyle her dad says hello.
I only caught a glance. They were running up the laneway. Then Wayne and Nick arrived, and after radioing in, I went back into the bank.
That would be Senior Constable Schultz and Constable Patterson?
Yes, that's right.
And when did you next catch sight of Senior Detective Hashem?
When he returned to the bank. This is before they caught Wheeler.
And how did he seem to you then?
Seem?
Did he appear agitated, nervous?
No, out of breath. He'd been running.
Have you noticed any changes in PJ's personal circumstances lately? Hints he's come into money, for example.
No, nothing.
Look, Grantham's a security officer and one of his clients gets hit. Now, what are the odds, you reckon?
Well, you wouldn't get on, would you?
Exactly. And Grantham's rubbed my face in it.
What, you think he's trying to set you up or something, do you?
It was pretty bloody lame, wasn't it? Look, Nick, I need you to get over my house,
Hey,
mate.
Later, not now. Later.
I need you over there.
Thank you, Constable Doyle.
Did you tell anyone about the Porsche?
What are you talking about? I was only test driving. What's the problem?
Things got a bit tricky in there when they started asking questions about your personal
Well, did you say
finances.
anything,
No, of course
Maggie?
I didn't.
Thanks, mate. I think that's the least of my problems.
So what's wrong?
I reckon I'm stuffed.
Why?
That's the end of the interview process. Now we'll need to conduct a search of your premises. I trust there's no objection.
Not at all. Lead the way.
This your bedroom?
Interested, are you?
Excuse me.
Monica?
Sir?
$10,000, Senior, found in your freezer. Where's the rest?
I've no idea. I've been set up.
Oh, and who would do something like that?
Peter Grantham, that's who.
And he is?
Call yourself a toad cutter and you know who Peter Grantham is.
Get to the point, Senior.
All right, last year I got him on race-fixing charges.
Peter Grantham was the sergeant in charge of the CRB at St David's. He's since resigned.
Was he convicted of these charges?
Well, some of the evidence was inadmissible in court.
Was he convicted?
No. No, he was not convicted.
So what you're saying, in effect, is that you were being framed by a man who was found not guilty?
You think he's not guilty? You should ask around, sir. Look, this morning, the Vic Bank gets held up. This afternoon, Peter Grantham turns up here as their security consultant. Now, I'm telling you once and for all, I have been damn well set up.
So did he say anything which indicated that he was involved in the robbery?
Oh, yeah, he gave me a written admission. Well, what do you
Did he
think?
make any
Of course
threats?
not. He turned up. That was enough.
Has he ever made any threats of any kind to you in the past?
When I caught him, he made a threat.
What did he say?
I don't remember, but it was a threat, that's all.
Is there anything, one piece of concrete evidence, which implicates Grantham in this affair?
Look, you just give me a chance to...
Chance to do what, PJ? Go out and manufacture some evidence.
Do you have anything further to add?
No.
The money found concealed is confirmed as bank monies. As you've got no reasonable excuse for its location, I have no alternative. You'll be charged with receiving stolen goods and as an accessory to armed robbery. You're not obliged to say anything unless you wish to do so, as anything you say will be taken down and used in evidence. Have you anything to say?
Yeah. Congratulations.
You are suspended from duty effective immediately.
You've been granted conditional bail. Those conditions are that you're not to approach Henry Wheeler.
He knew Grantham had planted something at his place. By the time he woke up to it, it was too late.
And you're not to enter the Vic Bank. If you agree to that, sign there. Okay, you're bailed to appear at Mount Thomas Magistrates Court on Monday morning.
Hey, this your own uniform?
Yeah, haven't been wearing them lately, matey.
These are your suspension papers. If you have any personal property, you'd better collect it now.
No, I don't have anything.
Are you sure? You're not allowed back on police property until this case is over.
Yes, I'm sure.
All right, PJ. Time to hand it over.
You know Grantham as well as I do, and I'm sure he's behind this.
You're right. I do know Grantham. I also know PJ.
With respect, I don't think you do.
Is that so? Why don't you tell me about the PJ you know, Tom?
He's one of the most capable detectives I've ever worked with. Tough, intuitive,
Always
thorough.
follow the rules.
We've all bent the rules.
What's a few silly old rules between friends, eh, Tom? That's what they used to say at the regional gaming squad.
Are you sure PJ was involved?
Absolutely. It was one big money laundering operation. He was in it up to his neck.
Maybe he didn't know about it.
He was either very naive or very stupid. And as you pointed out, PJ's neither.
Look, nobody is saying that what you did was wrong.
They?
You were promoted.
I was also pilloried. Want to know why I went to ID? They were the only ones who'd have me.
Well, that was then. I think we should have a look at Grantham.
We'll speak to Grantham. But PJ walked away before. He's not walking away now. As far as you're concerned, the case is closed.
Aggie, it's a stench here.
PJ.
I'm serious. Something has gone off.
Come on, PJ, I don't want any trouble.
No trouble here, just like a whiskey, thanks. I'd order one for my friend here, but obviously he's had enough.
We're not friends, Grantham.
Oh, I don't know. Isn't friendship about shared experience? How's it feel, please?
No, mate, no, it's not worth it, okay?
I'm going to drive you home. Let's go.
Let's go. Look, you're a picture of good health.
Oh, well, you know, I only do it on special occasions. Weddings, parties, funerals, laying down of criminal charges against colleagues.
Oh, well, if it's any consolation, I don't think PJ will be feeling much better this morning.
Yeah? Well, he just doesn't have to face coming in here.
Oh, I doubt that'll be helping very much.
I don't know about that.
Good morning.
Morning.
all.
All right, what are we going to do, guys?
Recommend a good mouthpiece.
Well, if Grantham's behind all this, won't there be some link between him and Wheeler?
We know Wheeler didn't have time to plant the money, so that must mean Grantham.
Right, so when and where did he hand over the money?
Well, I still doing up. Someone might have spotted them doing something.
Yeah, we should look up his minute sheet records too.
Whose minute sheets?
Henry Wheeler's. If we can find out who arrested him, we might have a link with Grantham.
I hate to steal your thunder, but we're off the case. Acting Inspector Draper made that abundantly clear.
Boss, we can't sit around and do absolutely nothing.
We have no choice. The best thing PJ can do for himself is get onto the police association and get himself a good barrister.
Great. What am I supposed to do in the meantime?
Well, you can get out of here for a start. You know you're not supposed to be here.
Come on, boss.
Now, PJ, before Monica decides to drop in.
Boss?
Cooper, my hands are tied. Right, I'll be doing paperwork in my office for the rest of the day. Please see that I'm not disturbed.
Well, Detective, it's nice to see you're enjoying all your spare time.
Well, I might be spending a bit of time here.
Not if we can help it, you won't.
Oh, it didn't sound like that before.
PJ, I know how it looked and I know how it probably felt for you.
Thanks. This is not just about my career. This is about my life. I could go inside for this. Do you understand?
PJ, you've got to sit tight and you've got to trust us.
Those bastards are screwing me. Do you understand? And there's not a damn thing I can do about this.
What if we can find a connection between Wheeler and Grantham?
What do you mean?
I've just come from seeing the very lovely Mrs. Wheeler.
What, she said something?
No, she didn't have to, PJ. While I was there, she took delivery of a brand new fridge, a washing machine, a dryer.
All right. So you're saying that somebody's paying Wheeler to take the fall?
It's nothing to prove that it was Grantham, though.
No. Let's just start.
Boss, I think I've got something.
This wouldn't have anything to do with that case you're not supposed to be working on, would it?
Have you ever come across a Detective Sergeant Clem Morris?
Doesn't ring any bells.
Well, he used to be stationed with Peter Grantham. Now, about 2 years ago, they arrested Wheeler on an armed robbery matter.
Who hasn't arrested Henry Wheeler?
Well, when Wheeler went to trial, he was acquitted. Apparently, some physical evidence went missing, and he got off on a technicality.
Interesting coincidence.
Well, that's what Clem thought, but of course he could never prove anything.
Unfortunately, Doyle, neither can we.
You're saying that this isn't enough to reopen the case?
Can you see Monica Draper being convinced by this?
Well, no.
Or ISU?
We've got to do something.
Well, I reckon what you have to do is break Grantham himself. And that won't be easy. He's a pretty tough customer.
Oh, Wayne suggested that. He said some of us should try standing over him.
Right idea, wrong personnel.
Well, who then?
Oh, that's a big question. In all my years in the force, I've only ever known one other copper with as much mongrel in him as Peter Grantham.
Well, who's that?
No? Gee. Well, Maggie told me she had a flatmate, but, well, I'd have been up sooner if I'd known she looked like you. Eh?
I'm sorry, are you a friend of Maggie's?
He's no friend of mine. G'day, Dad.
Mags. How are you? Now, what's all this about my little girl being in trouble? And that's why you got me here. To lag on a mate.
Grantham's in this bank job up to his neck, and yet PJ's the one who might go to jail for it.
Well, sounds like the right place for him.
Oh, come on, you don't mean that. You're mates with him too.
Yeah, was mates with him, till he shafted Peter Grantham.
He was only doing his job, and besides, Grantham's a crook.
Well, Peter might have bent a few rules.
I've been a few, Dad. It was a major racing scam. We got him cold on it.
The court didn't think so.
The court was wrong.
Look, Maggie, you don't survive in this job unless you've got the support and friendship of other coppers. PJ broke the first rule.
Oh, no, Dad. Grantham did. The one about being on the right side of the law.
I've known Peter Grantham for 20 years. He used to bounce you on his knee.
Oh, please don't let that get around.
Look, I just can't believe that you want me to lag him.
Dad, you talk about loyalty to friends and how important it is in this job. Well, PJ's a friend of mine, and right now he's in a lot of trouble. Now, are you going to help me or not?
Oh, look, the hell with all this. I'm going to the pub.
I'm not staying for dinner.
Hey, I ran into your old man at the Imperial last night. I didn't know he was in town.
Oh, it's just a spur of the moment visit, you know how it is. Listen, Nick, I was thinking about
Maggie.
that door-to-door. We could probably get a photo of
Maggie.
what?
In here, please, Constable Doyle.
Thanks.
I thought I said the Hashem case was out of bounds.
You did?
Then why is Constable Doyle here still making inquiries about Wheeler's arrest record? Clem Morris is an old friend of mine. We talk on the phone every week.
I was only trying to help.
You passed on my instructions, Sergeant?
I did, but I was aware that
Sergeant
the
Croydon made it quite clear we were to keep out of it.
Do you realise how serious this could be? Getting in the middle of an ISU investigation...
Detective Hashem was framed.
The case was closed. You could be facing disciplinary action, my girl.
I knew that there was work being done on the case. I didn't stop it.
I see. Well, as of this moment, it's over. Do I make myself clear?
Perfectly.
Constable Doyle?
I'm sorry, I don't think it's fair that the detective...
I am not interested in whether you think it's fair or not. I am giving you a direct order.
Will there be anything more, Senior Sergeant?
Just don't throw away a promising career. All right, that's all. Control her, Tom.
Morning, Tom.
Chris? G'day, Tom. Have a drink.
Too early in the day for me.
Never too early to catch up with old mates, eh, Pat?
That's right, Pete, yeah.
Listen, can we have a word?
Oh, several, if you like, eh?
In private, if you don't mind.
Tom.
Never mind me. Going anyway. Thought I might pick out a new suit for PJ's trial. See you, mate.
He's a character.
Oh, yeah. Real card.
Well, what is it, Tom? What can I do you for?
Well, actually, it's about Maggie.
Oh, I think you were talking to the wrong fella. She and I aren't actually talking at the moment. You see, she got me up here on false pretenses. I thought she was in some sort of trouble.
Well, as it turns out, that's not far from the truth.
What are you talking about? She told me it was PJ.
I don't care what she told you. She's about to walk into so much trouble, I won't be able to help her.
Could you lose a job?
It's on the cards.
Just because she's helping a friend?
Yeah, real chip off the old block.
Hey, Maggie. There's someone to see you.
Sorry, love. You still want some help from a silly old bugger like me?
All right, let's start with what we know. We know that Grantham is involved with the bank and a new Wheeler.
So Grantham's paying Wheeler to take the fall?
Yep, that's right.
And the only thing I don't get is why is Wheeler doing it? I mean, he's looking at serious jail time.
Oh, he was going to jail anyway. He was just out on bail for another offence.
And what's he got to lose?
Only another 5 years or so.
Yeah, but Pat, look, his wife and kids will get looked after if he goes inside.
Yeah. Anyway, how do they know that you're going to be at the bank when they have the hold-up?
I always do my banking then, regular as clockwork.
But if you're late or crook or something, they'll be stuffed.
Dad, where are you going with this?
Well, if the plan relies on PJ chasing Wheeler, gee, they're leaving an awful lot to chance.
You reckon it's inside help?
Someone to give Wheeler the signal. The bank manager. Do you remember when we walked in, the manager went to the phone to make a call?
Yeah, Finch.
Ian Finch. Well, I was going to go after Wheeler myself, but when I tried to get up, he ran into me. Well, at the time, I just thought it was an accident.
It was an accident. I was just trying to help the other officer.
Well, to be quite honest, Mr. Finch, it felt like a bit of a tackle.
That's nonsense. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Yes, of course. I wouldn't want to hold you up. You like racing?
I follow the races, yes. There's no law against that.
No, Mr. Finch, there's no law against that. Thank you.
This is an official investigation, I take it?
Oh, just a few questions.
Well, I look after security. If I can be of assistance.
Well, thank you, Mr. Grantham. You already have been. Excuse me.
All right, each way. Now, if you here receive this plate, you let us know, will you? Good man, thank you.
So how'd you go? Did each way know Finch or not?
No, none of the bookies do. I hate to say this, but I think we are backing the wrong horse.
Oh, hardy-ha.
Well, Finch is into the netties, all right. He was pretty jumpy when I noticed those photos at the bank.
I take it we're talking about this hypothetical case that no one's really working.
Yes, that'll be right.
Oh, well, hypothetically speaking, if I was looking into it for the fastest way of blowing money on horses, I'd be looking at stabs.
What, like buying racehorses?
Well, you've got your initial purchase price, and you've got stabling, adjustment, vets' bills, trainers' fees. You name it. Fastest way I can think of, apart from betting on the damn things to go down the tubes.
Makes a lot of sense. The photos were of thoroughbreds.
Thanks, boss.
But, of course, you won't be looking into it because it's not our case.
Yeah, right, boss.
Rightio, phone books, everybody. Adam and I'll do A to Ks, you two to do L to Zs.
Right, and he paid cash.
Yep, 20,000 on the knocker.
A lot of money for a couple of horses.
It was hardly a couple of horses, PJ. They were thoroughbreds.
You're all right for a country bank manager.
You reckon Grantham knows?
Well, if he does, he won't be happy.
Why should he care?
Because Finch was supposed to cover his debts. Now, if Finch is exposed, Grantham could be at risk.
Hang on. I think I'm missing something here. What debts?
Well, I don't think this is the first time that Finch has used other people's money to dabble. Now, if Finch is embezzling the bank, Grantham finds out about this, Grantham puts pressure on Finch, do as he's told.
So Grantham's blackmailing Finch?
Well, let's just say he's offering him a way out. You see, Finch helps Grantham do the job so he can repay the bank with his part of the money. Well, that's the plan.
Except he ends up buying horses instead.
Yeah, Mud can't help himself.
So how are we going to use all of this to our advantage?
Well, Finch is a weak link, susceptible to pressure. Let's put him under some.
Glad you decided to come.
I was curious. I was wondering what you could possibly offer me in return for letting PJ off the hook.
Lovely day.
What is this? Oh, no, you don't.
Mr. Grantham?
You must be Finch.
Who are you?
Oh, never mind that. Peter Grantham sent me.
How do I know Grantham sent you? Why didn't he come himself?
He reckons it's a bit of a risk to be seen in public with you. Reckons you're a bit of a liability.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the hold-up at the Vic Bank. I'm talking about the 20 grand you were supposed to repay to the bank.
I was going to put it back gradually, you know, avoid raising suspicion.
Tomorrow, Finch. Repay the bank tomorrow. Otherwise, Peter Grantham blows a whistle.
Oh, he does he? Well, you tell Grantham he's going with me.
No, don't.
I'm serious. I'll spill my guts about everything. How Grantham set the whole thing up, how it was about framing that young cop, everything.
You heard enough, mate.
I'm serious. I'll spill my guts about everything. How Grantham set it up, how it was all about framing that young cop, everything.
Well, seems we may have to reconsider the charges against you.
Yeah. Does that mean I'm back on active duty?
It's ISU's call, of course, but I don't see why you shouldn't consider your suspension unofficially lifted.
Right, well, I'll go and see the paperwork then, shall I? Welcome back, PJ.
Thanks, boss. Well, what about compensation for pain and suffering, acting inspector?
No, you're pushing it. Actually, you probably should get compensation. Sometimes it's not just the guilty who suffer.
Now, there's an admission. Does that include the regional gaming squad?
You're the one who knows the answer to that. Look, regardless of what you may think, it wasn't an easy decision to make. It all came down to a question of loyalty. Did I owe it to my job, the force, a bunch of crooks? I thought then, I still think I made the right decision.
Monica, about the squad. We both knew what was going on, you know that. Now, maybe I turned a blind eye and you didn't, but I'm telling you one thing. I was not on the take. I was never a crook. You're just gonna have to believe me on that.
Rightio, he'll be remanded in custody to appear at the St David's Magistrates Court at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Right, lads.
You didn't get me before, you won't get me now. I'll beat this. I'll beat you, PJ.
You can bet on that, Peter. You'll finish a statement when talking to Wheeler now.
Yeah.
Oh, afternoon, Ted. You've just missed Monica.
Yes, I know. I just dropped in to congratulate PJ.
Oh, thank you, sir. It's very nice of you to make the trip.
Oh, no, least I could do. I suppose you've got some strong feelings about what happened.
Well, I'm sure I'll get over it.
Nevertheless, you know, if you have any complaint, you want to make any complaint about any officer or anything you want to discuss?
No complaint, sir. No.
All right, well, you've got my number.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, hang on.
You've got some work to catch up on.
Oi, I'm sticking around and I'd like a coffee, please.
Get it yourself.
Bridget, about the job.
Oh, I was hoping you could stay. We haven't had much of a chance to catch up.
I know. I'm due back. Gotta go.
All right, well, just don't leave us so long next time, all right?
I won't. All right? Okay, see you.
Have a good
Mount
trip
Thomas
back.
Police Constable Doyle speaking.
Thanks, Tom, I will.
Yes, hello, how are you?
Pat.
I chance to buy you a drink.
Don't worry, I'll make sure you get it.
42417
Yeah, well,
422.
Thanks for everything.
It's all right, I didn't do it for you.
Okay, that'd be great.
You just make sure you look after my little girl, all right?
Don't worry, I will.
No, sorry, could you give me that?
And don't get any funny ideas. Otherwise I'll knock your block off.
No, sorry, the connection's not good. Can you try that one more time?